When I accepted the job to come to Stockton as your minister, it was because it was the congregation that I had truly fallen in love with. Although we were all still struggling to emerge from the specter of the COVID-19 pandemic and collectively wondering just what this next new chapter of our lives held, I was excited at the possibility of the work we were going to do together. There was, however, just one tiny problem. I had never been to Stockton. To be honest, I still was not entirely sure, even after accepting the job, of where exactly in California it was. Even more of a full disclosure, I had only ever been to California on one previous occasion, on a trip to San Francisco with my parents when I was 11 years old. The main thing that I remember from that trip was that the hotel we stayed in had a small coffee bar in the lobby that served these brand new things called frappuccinos from a West Coast chain of coffee shops called Starbucks that I had heard about, but we did not have any in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I grew up. Not only did that first venti start an obsession with Starbucks that has continued to this day, much to the dismay of my future checking account, it solidified the image in my mind that all Californians must truly be living in the life of luxury. As I got older, I came to learn that not everyone in California was living the high life, as that trip to the Bay Area made it seem. And we did eventually get a Starbucks in Tulsa, of which there are now several. But if you are not from California and you find out that you are moving to California, the image that you are presented is that all of California is like the images of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego that you are shown in the media. Even as I was in New Mexico signing the lease on an apartment and setting up services, I still had the mental picture that California was going to be big, full of people, the traffic was going to be horrible, and everyone was rich. I mean, you had to be to live in California, right? Of course, I quickly found out that Stockton and the Central Valley were very different from the image that I had in my head, in the best of ways, because it had a comfortable, down-to-earth feel just like Oklahoma and Texas. But even now, if you were to Google, is Stockton, California a good place to live, as I did several times during the process of looking, the image that you get of Stockton is anything but a pleasant one. Although Stockton is frequently celebrated as a highly diverse city with a population of 321,000 that is 44% Latine and 21% Asian, it is also a city with a crime rate that is 81.5% higher than the national average and 65% higher than the rest of California. It is also one that suffers, like many communities in Northern California, from a growing unhoused population that it struggles to provide housing and services for. A January 2022 survey listed Stockton's unhoused population at roughly 900 individuals, and that is one of the more conservative estimates that I was able to find. I do not say all of this to discourage you or bring you down. But as we gather today for Pledge Sunday, where we talk about how our financial contributions can help to realize the mission and vision of the church, I want to put things into a bit of context. Pledging can often feel like it is all about the money, a number on a piece of paper. But even though these monetary contributions do help us in creating our budget for the next fiscal year, today I want to invite you to look beyond the numbers and see the powerful impact your pledge can have, not just on the future of our church, but on the very fabric of our beloved Stockton community. Michelle Obama reminds us, success isn't about how much money you make, it is about the difference that you make in people's lives. This sentiment perfectly captures the essence of pledging. It is not about boasting the size of our offering just because we can, but about increasing the ability we have to affect the positive change that we can create together. When we pledge, we invest in more than just a building or a program. We invest in the transformative power of compassion, inclusivity, and social justice. We invest in a future where our church continues to be a beacon of hope and a sanctuary for all, but also an integral and important part of this community fabric. We invest in Stockton, a city rich in history and diversity, but that has faced and continues to face its share of challenges. Let's be honest, Stockton hasn't always had the easiest path, especially in recent years. Many in this congregation who are lifelong or longtime residents have told me how they've seen economic hardship, social division, and a constant struggle to return to the potential it once had. And how, amidst these difficulties, there is an undeniable resilience in our community spirit. Stocktonians are known for their grit, their determination to overcome adversity. You are also, in spite of everything, still fiercely and deeply proud of your Stockton community. It is why you still choose to live here after all these years, or what has brought you back after having left for somewhere else. It is because you see the beauty that still exists in this place, the goldfinches in the monarchs in what seems like a garden long dead, just like in Teresa Honey Youngblood's story. That is where our church comes in. We are a microcosm of the Stockton spirit itself. Within these walls, we celebrate diversity, embrace inclusivity, and work tirelessly to promote social justice. We offer a space for dialogue, for learning, and for building bridges across divides. And by virtue of the fact that we have been on the same street corner for over 90 years, we have been community witnesses to all of the changes that Stockton has undergone. But the impact of our church extends far beyond these walls. Through our social justice and community outreach, we serve those in need, the unhoused, the hungry, the marginalized. We continue long-established partnerships with local organizations, promote environmental stewardship, and advocate for a more just and equitable society. Your pledge fuels these efforts. It allows us to continue to be the institution that offers and contributes to these vital programs, to reach out to a wider circle, and to make a tangible difference in the lives of our neighbors. It allows us to be the hands and feet of our faith, putting our values into action and creating a ripple effect for positive change throughout Stockton. By pledging generously, you are not just giving money, you are giving hope. You are giving a voice to the voiceless and a helping hand to those in need. You are upholding the principles of empathy and community that define our Unitarian Universalist faith tradition. You are continuing to write the story of a building and a thriving community that has meant so much to so many people and continues to be there for the seekers that still come through our doors. Think about the Stockton you envision for future generations. A city where opportunity thrives, where differences are celebrated, and where everyone feels safe, welcome, and empowered. Your pledge toward this church is an investment in making that vision a reality. Pledging is also an investment in ourselves. As we support our church financially, we create a space for spiritual growth, for fostering meaningful connections, and for finding a sense of belonging. It allows us to be part of something bigger than ourselves, a community united by a shared purpose, to create a better world both within our church walls and in the wider Stockton community. Our theme for this year's pledge campaign is just give a boost. What we are inviting you to do is increase your pledge by $5 or $10 or more, if you feel so compelled, as a continuation of the investment that you've put in to keep First UU Stockton as it writes that new chapter of its future story It also has a role in the still unfolding story of Stockton and moving it forward into better and brighter times. So let us move beyond the numbers and see the true power of pledging. Let us see it as an act of love, an expression of our faith, and a commitment to building a brighter future for ourselves, for our church, and for the city we call home. Together with open hearts and generous hands, we can create a Stockton that is truly reflective of our values, a place of compassion, inclusivity, and social justice. A place where success is measured not by material wealth, but by the depth of our connections and the positive impact we have on the world around us. I look forward to joining all of you in this endeavor. Let us pledge not just our money, but our hearts and our hands to build this brighter future together. May it ever continue to be so. Blessed be. Amen. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Thank you all so much.